Hi, my name's Amber. I'm coming to you from my stream/work room, and I'm also here in my pajamas with freshly showered hair and no makeup, with a complete lack of eyebrows, to hopefully get on the right foot of being authentic. I saw that you were doing a cello giveaway and just wanted to talk a bit about myself and why I think that I might be a good pick for this instrument. First, I wanted to talk a little bit about my childhood and parentage growing up. Um, I grew up in the middle of nowhere in New York. Honestly, while I valued education, my family really didn't. They didn't really nurture a lot of that. I remember my mom sometimes would not want to drive us to the bus stop. We lived on this big hill, and so if she didn't drive us, it was quite a walk. And so I remember sometimes I would actually run to the bus stop just so that I could make it to school that day and learn a little bit. The closest thing I really had to nourishing any sense of education in my household for me was that sometimes my dad would wake up and he would notice the light creeping out from underneath my door, and he would open it all angry and ready to yell at me because, hey, it's like 3 a.m. What are you doing up? And I would be there with my face in a book. I think at that time, probably Harry Potter. And he would just slowly close the door and leave me alone. Eventually, I realized that music was something that I really lacked. And um, again, wanting to learn something from each area as I separate them, music was just this completely foreign thing, even more foreign to me than foreign language. I feel like I know how to self-study a language. I know what it takes. But with music, it's completely out there, completely different, separate from what I know and already do. My school, again, being the small school that I was at, only offered band. They didn't have orchestra, so I didn't have any real exposure to something like bowed instruments. There was a short little foray for me into music by playing the trumpet, but it really wasn't my thing, and eventually I just dropped it. Eventually, I realized that cello was probably my instrument of choice. And I think, again, in the sake of being authentic here, I think that probably cello is the most sexy instrument one could play. It's the movement of the body, it's the way the sound fills the room, it's everything about it. I think it's fantastic. And once I realized that weird part of me that needs to be a master of one part of every art, that I was missing music. I don't know why that didn't spark in my mind sooner, but here we are. Once that did, I realized it would have to be cello that I learned, because it has to be something I'm passionate about, and trumpet definitely didn't do it, but cello I knew could. I think the thing that really held me back for a while with learning cello was just the cost of entry. My other hobbies like drawing and crochet, they have costs of entry. A book maybe is like $20 or something like that, but with music, everything had to be bought kind of all at once. So like I couldn't learn to play cello if I didn't have a cello, and cellos, as you know, are very expensive. So it took a while for me to actually get one. This is Victor, and I'm sorry about the lighting. If you can't see too well, I do apologize, but he is my lovely full-size cello. I got him secondhand, of course, and I love him dearly. I think he's beautiful. I like playing on him, but as you maybe can already tell by the way that I have him here, I just don't really have a lot of room for him. On top of that, one thing you can't see, but I can kind of show you, this giant green screen in the middle of my room. And this is because I stream as well. I guess that might be another artistic endeavor in a sense of mine. But this green screen it's great. It's fantastic, but it sits in the middle of my floor and can be put away super easily, which I've had others in the past where you can't put them away super easily. It's not ideal. This takes up a lot less space, but it's still a lot of floor space that I just don't have. When I first got Victor, we lived in another house, and I had a lot of time on my hands, and I practiced pretty much every day with Victor. You might have noticed there's the Suzuki cello book back there. It might be hard to see now, but I was self-teaching myself. I found some classes online. and I found some resources on YouTube, including yours, to help me figure out exactly what I was doing in something as foreign as music to myself. And so the space limitations that I currently have, it's one of the reasons why I would really love an electric cello, is because then I feel like I could take it out, I could play it in my room here where I don't have a lot of room, and just put it away, and it wouldn't take up a lot of space. It'd be great. It'd be fantastic, honestly, because I would love to pull this boy out and play again, and I just haven't really been able to. But the space issue isn't really all I have as far as a reason for wanting this cello. I could, take this out into my living room potentially, right? But really my fear for my acoustic cello is that it might get broken. It's something that I know I will not be able to afford again if it does get broken or damaged. I don't know how I would afford to fix it. I have these two large dogs. I have a Doberman named Smo and a little greyhound, little for now, named Gwen. And Gwen and Smo there are like my children. I love them dearly, but they are also little roughhousers and clumsy puppies, and I just do not trust them around my acoustic cello. I fear greatly that they will harm it in some way. So I haven't even pulled it out of my room because I'm that worried about it. My hope is essentially that through what I've talked about before with my time in academia, my time in applying myself to my own passions, that I've maybe proven to you that I'm somebody who takes on endeavors and what others might call hobbies, but I call passions, that I take these on and do so seriously, that I really apply myself, that I don't give up, even if it does take me some time to reach a place where I feel proud of my work, that it is something that I strive for. I think you're no stranger to wanting to teach people the joy of music, and I am no stranger to wanting to teach people the joy of arts in general. So I think it'd be really cool. It'd be a great opportunity, and it would absolutely be the light of my life. I just wanted to let you know how much I would really, really appreciate it. And I think it's a fantastically beautiful instrument, and I would be absolutely honored to have it. Thank you.
My name is Andrej. I'm from Latvia. I'm a teacher and my specialty is IT. I make lectures about programming and databases mainly. I play cello for approximately 2 months and I had not any previous experience with music at all. I wanted to play some music instrument for a long period of time, and I chose cello because of variety of sounds it can produce. I like both classical music and heavy metal as well, and I found that cello can play both of them. I'm very inspired with an apocalyptic music, and I like to play in that style. To train my music skills, I need to choose a cello. I have read, of course, a lot of information in the internet. I also found these amazing NS design cellos as well. I like them a lot, especially because I can play metal music sounds with such an electric cello, and it's possible to play standing with it. But it was quite an expensive setup to start with because I could not even read notes at that time. And I had a lot of doubts that it's possible to start such a new thing for me with no absolutely experience. So all my previous experience absolutely unrelated to the music. And I have heard that it's you need to start at very young age to play cello, and adults may have a lot of difficulties with it. So I bought a cheapest cello I could find, and even the cheapest cello sounds was great for me. Okay, enough to speak. I will demonstrate 2 small pieces I have learned so far for approximately, little less than 2 months maybe. I have learned it from the internet and from the books a little. and you will be the first professionals whom I will play, and I will appreciate for any feedback. The first fragment will be an ode to a joy, Beethoven. Okay. The second one will be an etude of Friedrich Kammer. Okay, thank you. If I win your cello, I will learn how to play a Christmas song, of course, and I will also learn some heavy metal composition as well, and I will send you a video. Thank you for such an interesting contest. It is a pleasure to participate.
Hi Jonathan, Paul, and Alicia. My name is Anton, and I am from Honduras. First, thank you for making this giveaway and making it international, which gives a lot of people, which are usually left out of this type of nice activities, a chance to win. Also, sorry that I'm reading this off a script, but English is just not my first language, and there's no other way I could put out my thoughts clearly without it. So, why do I deserve a cello? Well, I have never owned a cello and do not know currently how to play it. Actually, I don't know how to play any musical instrument, even though there has always been a desire inside of me to learn. About a month ago, I couldn't sleep because of this same thought. And this is the moment I decided I would learn how to play an instrument. I knew I wanted to play something different, not a guitar, not a piano, which reminded me of music class in school, when the teacher let me try the cello a couple of times. I could remember how deep and powerful the sound felt. I started researching the cello that same night, and entered what felt like an endless rabbit hole. I found a whole world of things about cellos, including your awesome YouTube channel and the beautiful NS design cellos. Next morning, I contacted literally all music schools, academies, and private teachers in the city to get into cello classes. Out of all of them, only one gives adult cello classes, further reinforcing my idea that the cello is special, and few know how to play it. That same morning, I signed up for cello classes. I'm proud to say that I just went to my 4th class ever, and I haven't felt so eager to learn something new in a very long time. I am currently using my teacher's cello during class, but that cannot be forever. Plus, I need to be able to practice at home if I want to really master the instrument. Winning the electric cello from this giveaway would empower me not only to learn a new skill, but also to explore and experiment with different genres of music. I must travel quite a bit due to work and have limited space in my apartment, so an electric cello fits perfectly in my lifestyle. As a beginner, Receiving an electric cello would also allow me to get started on my musical journey without the added expense of purchasing one, which I would normally have to import because they are not even sold anywhere here in Honduras. I believe that I deserve this cello because of my passion and willingness to learn, but most of all because of the huge impact it would really make on my daily life. Thank you and Merry Christmas.
Hi Alicia, hi Paul, hi Jonathan. I'm Cantika from the Netherlands. I am an adult learner in cello. I just learned from 2019. It was my birthday and I decided for my birthday I want to learn to play cello. So also around that time that I found your channel, Jonathan, so I checked and I have been subscribed to you since 16 July 2019. So after that time, I found a good teacher in the area, Marike van den Bergen, and I found also a very good luthier, Lucien van der Lans, in the Netherlands, that rented me this beautiful instrument. It is from Germany, but assembled here in Netherlands. I found your video, Jonathan, at the beginning has been very helpful. I have all the questions, and I remember one of the video about is ever too much rosin. I know it's a funny video, but that's kind of questions that I have when I was just learning. Afterwards, your video about scales has been very helpful for me, and I especially like your video with your luthier at Garus. So please have more video with him because his passion, it is great, it's amazing, and his knowledge is so extensive. I love it. Learning cello has been a blast, especially with this instrument. So the question is, why I want an electric cello? See, I live in a studio in highly populated apartment, so I have neighbors right over that wall, right over there, and across the hall, upstairs, downstairs. I try to be very considerate because of that, because I don't want to disturb them when they are resting or in the day when they are working from home probably and need to focus. So I always found it very tricky when to practice and how long I can practice. And I have a personal goal, I want to practice every day. So I think electric cello can help with that, because then I can adjust the volume. The second point is that I often travel for work, and I found it very risky to pack this with me in the car or in the train if I have to go to Germany, Belgium or France or UK for a week or two. And every day I travel, I miss playing cello because it has bring me so much joy. It brings me relaxations. It is a perfect way to decompress after a long day of work. And I miss it every day. So an electric cello with its durability, I think can help me with that. So I can pack it in my car, bring it with me in the train or even in the plane. And then I can practice every day, because at the end, I just want to enjoy playing cello. I want to learn to be better at playing it. And I want to keep playing. I try to play the Pain in Black, but I can't. I just have first positions and then I just learning now the fourth positions. So I can't play it, I tried. So I'm sorry about that. But I will make you a promise, Jonathan. If I win that electric cello, in a year, I will make it my goal, together with my teacher, I will need her help, to play it and then send a video to you. I also will have my first recital this January 29th. It's a student recital. This is my first time performing. And I will send that video to you. Or a video of me playing the etude that I choose to perform to you with this cello or with the electric cello. So that is my promise. And in the meantime, Alicia, this is a Christmas song for you.
Hi, Jonathan. I am here to basically record this video and tell you why I would love the electric cello. So I have to give you a little bit of background to the one that I'm holding at this moment. So my mom is an incredible force in my life. And on my last birthday, she asked me, you know, what do I want? And I said, the only thing I want is a cello, because we've never been able to afford one. And so my mom went out of her way and rented me this cello. She's still paying for it. So I've been very lucky that she felt the need to do that for me, which definitely changed my life in so many ways. And so just to give you another little backstory of why I want to play cello so bad is the last 7 months I've been dealing with a lot of health issues. And I have a background in piano and singing. And I had dealt with some pulmonary emboli, which is blood clots in the lungs, which have been preventing me from being able to like sing the way that I used to sing. And it put me in a very deep depression. I didn't know if my career was over or whatever the case is. But in that time, I decided to focus all of my attention to learning the cello. So in the last 5.5 months, I've been developing my cello skills, my cello playing skills. And I will honestly say that it's been a pillar of strength for me. It's helped me fight through a lot of the difficulties that I've been dealing with. I also nearly died 4 times in that time span. It sounds kind of crazy, but I tell no lies. But I will say I eat, breathe, and sleep cello. It's all I really care about outside of the support that I've had, in my recovery. And so through watching your videos, and thank you, Paul and Alicia, as well, for doing this giveaway. Through watching your videos, I want you to see how much you have taught me. And also other fellow videos on YouTube. I'm completely self-taught, can't afford lessons. I'm blessed every day. I'm looking at this cello to have a mother that's been so wonderful to me to rent this for me. And I've been, financially, it's just been crazy and abysmal, but yes, this has been very healing for me, and I want to share with you a song. It's not a typical Christmas song, but it is a song that's near and dear to my heart, and it's by Stevie Wonder, and I did my own arrangement of Overjoyed. And so this is my 5.5 month progress on this cello, and I think having that electric cello will allow me to continue to practice and travel, because I want to be able to one day sing again the way that I used to sing once I fully recovered. But singing with the cello, because it's been the backbone of my recovery. And I don't want to be emotional, but it means the world to me. Okay, I'm going to sing for you, Jonathan, and Paul, and Alicia, and Merry Christmas. And whoever gets this, and I know whoever it is, it's going to be so deserving. So I'm happy for whoever it is, but I'm very grateful if it's me. Okay. Let's see what she got. Over time, I've been building my castle of love. Just for two, though you never knew what my reason. I've gone much too far now to say that I've got to throw my castle away. And though you don't believe that they do come true. For did my dreams come true when I looked at you? And maybe true if you would believe, you too might be overjoyed, over love, over me. Over me. Over me. And that's what I have. Not perfect. Only 5.5 months. But I'm trying. And I'm trying and I'm fighting every day. And I live, eat, and breathe cello. And damn it, I'm going to get good at this no matter what. So thank you so much, Jonathan, for everything that you taught me. And I'm just very blessed to be alive. So Merry Christmas to you guys. And I hope that whoever you give it to, it brings a lot of joy. But most importantly, I hope that even just through my story and playing cello and crying at the same time will bring you a lot of joy. And I just thank you for being so amazing. And your love for cello, Jonathan, has moved me immensely. And thank you. And Merry Christmas. Bye.
This is Silent Night out of the Christmas Kaleidoscope, Book 2. I am playing the A part. So, Jonathan, Paul, and Alicia, my name is Doug Painter. I've been playing the cello now for 3.5 years. I got into the cello because a friend of mine on the worship team said, hey, why don't you learn how to play the cello? Because I jokingly said, we need a cello on the stage. And he said, you play. So after much encouragement, thought, I picked the cello, fell in love. It's got an amazing voice, and I just got to say thank you for the amazing opportunity to potentially win the electric cello. I think it'd be a great chance for me to be able to play without waking up wife and family, and to be able to plug in with the worship team. Thank you again, and Merry Christmas.
Hi, Jonathan. My name is Duncan Overton. The YouTube handle is the Book of Nosferatu. And here's my video entry for why I think I deserve this cello. I've been playing cello since I was in 4th grade, all the way back in 1993. And it was the first instrument other than piano that I was trained to play. I fell in love with it, and yeah, I'd played in orchestras and quartets, and all the way through high school and into college. In 2007, my house I was staying at was broken into and my cello was stolen, and I've had difficulties getting a new cello since then. I've been a member of your channel for a little over a year now, I think, and I really, really wish that your channel was around back in the early 2000s when YouTube was starting, because I think this really would have helped with my cello journey. I had gotten kind of stuck. I believe the last song that I learned to play was Julio from Turtle Island String Quartet. And I was just starting to learn that you could play things that you like and are interested in on the cello when mine was stolen. So I think this cello would really help to start my journey again, as well as the online lessons that you have provided on YouTube. They're a wealth of information that I never had access to growing up, and am really excited to possibly be able to get to playing it again and going on this journey. The reason for the electric cello, why I think I would need this one versus a regular acoustic cello, is that my current situation and job has me moving about every year or other year, and the electric cello is much more portable and easier to manage than a full-size acoustic cello. Also, my mother is wanting to buy me an electric cello, and I would much rather her spend her money on herself for various health reasons, and so I know that this would definitely take a weight off of her shoulders from having to feel like she has to buy me a cello. And yeah, I would really love to be able to play this cello for you. I really, really would like to play Paint It Black, the sheet music you have there. It looks really, really interesting. Probably not going to be able to play it instantaneously, but would definitely like to work towards getting it learned. Yeah, so I think that's it for my video entry. Thank you so much for offering this. I hope that the cello goes to a deserving home, somebody that needs it, and will actually use it and get joy from being able to play it. Thank you.
Alright, you wanted a story, so I'm going to give you one, but first I'll start with my name. I am Dylan. My YouTube handle is Novanoid, and I'm not going to lie to you, I did just subscribe to you today, the 20th of December. But that's not because I don't like you, and that's not because I've been complacent. I just recently discovered your channel. So let's go into some background. I am from Washington State, 15 minutes outside of Everett. I don't know if Paul and Alicia will know like that area, but that's where I'm from. I recently moved to Virginia for college, and my girlfriend lives over here. And unfortunately, during the move, I had to leave all of my instruments behind. So the only one I got to bring was my practice pad, and for drums, I play drums mostly. And that thing isn't very impressive. So unfortunately, I can't play you guys anything cool. But, yeah. So why would an electric cello be good for me? I live in an apartment and definitely have to be quiet. I don't want to get evicted. That would be really bad for everything. And the cello has always been a shining star for me. I've always wanted to try it, but I've never had the money to. Still don't. But my music appreciation teacher recently played us Bach Cello Suite No. 1. And I know that's really cliche, but it reinvigorated my love for the cello and my passion for getting into it. And now that I'm an adult, it's a little easier to get my foot in the door. So I've been in a frenzy shopping around for a cheap cello, or a cheap electric cello. And I saw your video on the Amazon cello. I think it was a Cecilio. And that made me debate, even with all the cons, it made me debate getting my foot in the door with something like that. But I just don't have the money right now, so I was hoping to start buying it after Christmas. And then I saw your giveaway video, and that prompted me to at least make a video to get into it. And yeah, I would really appreciate that cello. I have loved music all my life. Even these headphones and my microphone are from when I wanted to produce my own music, which again turned out to be too expensive to really delve fully into. But yeah, I hope I get to win this cello. If I don't, I completely understand, and I thank you for the opportunity. But if I do, I'll be more than happy to learn those Christmas songs, and more than happy to collaborate with you guys and show you my progress and everything like that. So hope to hear from you soon. Thank you again.
Hey, Jonathan, Paul, and Alicia. My name is Étienne. I'm a French, 33 years old man living in Finland for now 12 years. So if you like Christmas, you should come here. It's been snowing like crazy for the past couple of weeks. There's like a meter of snow, starting to melt a little bit now, but yeah, it's been a lot of cold and snowy weather lately. It's been really great. Thank you for the contest. I think it's really awesome that you guys are like giving away such a beautiful instrument. I myself been trying to play the cello for about a year now. I've been taking some lessons from a student in the Sibelius Academy here in Finland for over a year, but it's been very, very difficult. I have, I'll show you the instrument. I have a Harley Benton very, very cheap electric cello. Let me put you there. Christmas spirit. Yeah, so I have this little thing here. Cost me, I bought it restocked, refurbished for like 300 euros. I mean, it's better than having nothing, but to be honest, I brought it to a luthier here a while ago. I need to, like, because the string action is really, really high. Like, even now I can put my finger here, but it's because I made my own bridge from a very cheap one. I wanted to trying to make a lower one, like if you can see here. I have the original bridge and it's a little bit higher, yeah. So the strings were really, really high on the fingerboard and was making it really, really difficult to play, especially for a beginner, you know. Always trying to like press too hard, beginner mistake, and having the strings too high makes it even like harder not to press too hard and be relaxed. So yeah, I have this thing. It's been very, very difficult to play on. And I was thinking about getting myself maybe something better, but it's really expensive to actually get something like entry level that's decent. And when you guys made that contest, I was like, I have to like enter the contest, and that would be like awesome to have that NS design cello, because it's also really small, so I could like carry it easily to my practice. For the practice, I've been using this GBL Bluetooth speaker. It has input in the back. I would just plug it in, but it's just on stereo board. But I'm also a guitar and bass player originally, but the cello is just like the instrument that I've always wanted to play since I'm like young teenager. I think I've said it in the beginning, but I'm 33 now. That's something I've been wanting to play for like a very long time, but it's just like, it seems to be very difficult and quite expensive, to be honest, especially the lessons. So I'm gonna play, I just tried today actually. I plugged it on a Harley Benton cheap, I think it's 40 watt bass amp. Sounds quite okay-ish, but you know. Alright, I'm gonna play, yeah, the reason why I wanted to play the cello is because I love that Holy Night song from the Christmas song, or Silent Night, it depends which version you have, but the one that I really like is from Apocalyptica. It's a metal band from Finland that plays on the cello, and they have that song, that cover from Holy Night, and it's just beautiful, and I just like to listen. I've been listening to it almost like every Christmas since they released it. I want to play also The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel, but since you guys wanted to, Alicia wanted us to play like a Christmas song, and that's the reason why I wanted to play the cello. I'm guessing I should play that Holy Night and see how it goes. Take number 4. I played a little bit faster too. Oops, let's do it again. This keeps detuning all the time too, and that bow is actually quite terrible. So yeah, hope I win.
Hi, Jonathan, Paul, Alicia. My name is Hélene. Well, I'm French Canadian. I'm still gonna try to make this video in English just so Paul and Alicia can still understand if they are watching, even though, Jonathan, I know you said you understand French, but maybe sometime I'm gonna use some French words because I don't know the English words for them, but you can maybe translate for them then. I just want to say, like, I saw your video pop out. It was this week or last week. I was in my last run of the semester. I just finished my last exam, submitted my last paper for the semester yesterday, and I'm a little bit nervous because I never made a video at all. Like, it's my first time. So I think Paul's suggestion for writing something would have been easier for me than making a video, but here I am making one for the first time in my life. So I'm sorry for the quality, if anything. Well, all I want to say is that, first of all, I'm not a musician. Like, the only instrument I played was when I was in 5th grade. I played the flute, the flûte traversière, and I liked it, but it was kind of, forced. So we didn't have a lot of instrument we could choose from. And I always been more attracted to string instrument, if I can say, although I never played one. I thought about the guitar, then since I like Japanese culture a lot, I thought the shamisen and the koto looked really interesting, but they're kind of hard to get your hands on. And then, well, I discovered like the cello later, and it's like, when you look at an orchestra, you kind of know that all the instruments are there, but you don't really know, you don't have one that captivate your attention. And well, first of all, it's my partner. We started going out together 3 years ago, and he plays the electric guitar, and that's when I kind of started really wanting to play an instrument, because I wanted to learn one so we can play together. And it's kind of hard to have one that fits with the electric guitar that I liked. So when I told him about this video, he said, well, you should make a video and try to win this contest. Maybe it would be your chance to get to start your journey on the cello, and if it's an electric one, it can fit with his electric guitar if I try to learn it. And so, like, the first time, I don't know why I'm so stressed. I don't like speaking in front of a camera, but it's like in the beginning of this year, we watched a movie on Netflix just for fun, and it was Metal Lords. It came out like beginning of 2022, I think, or in spring. And there was a girl, I think it's Emily, her name in the movie, and she joined like a metal band and she played the cello. I was like, wait, what? It sounds so like graceful, and I don't know, just looking at her play and hearing like the sound, was like, I only thought there was like violin and the big, the big one. I think well, in French it's contrebasse. I don't know the English word for it. And I wasn't interested in either the violin or the contrebasse, but I didn't know the cello existed, like it kind of in between. So when I saw it, I started researching on it, and I was like, oh my god, it sounds so beautiful. And I like how when people play, like, they seem so into it. It's really like, it makes a really beautiful sound. And then I don't know, it really got my interest. And then I look at the prices and everything, and it's quite expensive. And since I started school again, it's kind of difficult to get your hand on one. And I never held one, so it would be kind of a really nice experience to try and play the cello. And so later this year, I like playing video games, and a game came out called Soundfall, and it was like it's a reading game. I'm not really good at them, but they're fun. And then I don't know, there was just this character that looked really cool, and I was like, oh, I want to play her. And each character have their own instrument. And then I discovered she's a cellist. I was like, okay, so my cello favorites came back. And then later this year, like just last month in November, yeah, the Netflix series Wednesday came out, and she played the cello. And I was like, oh no, it keeps going back at me, and I really, really want to try it. So I have no like intention of becoming a professional. I just want to, learn have an instrument to play, so just change the pace of mind when I am stuck in my studies and everything. And I think it could be the electric one specifically could be really nice because I could learn songs and play with my partner. So I think that will be really cool. And about the Christmas song, the one I would like to play, my favorite one is Carol of the Bells. And I saw that Jonathan already made some videos about that song, like how to learn it. So I think it would be really great if I could learn this song on the electric cello. So, well, to finish, well, I don't know if I'm like the best person you could give the electric cello to, but I mean, I would be really excited if I could start my journey on the cello thanks to you. So that will be a really nice experience. But if I'm not the winner, I just hope the person who gets it have a wonderful journey with the cello. And I just want to wish a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone, and to Jonathan, Alicia, and Paul. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and have a great day. Bye-bye.
My name is Joe. Last name's Kroll, Krol. I saw your video with regard to the cello and the giveaway that you're doing. The gifting is really what it is more to me. I don't play the cello, not yet anyway. And to be honest, I really never gave the cello a whole lot of thought until about 3 months ago, September-ish was the time frame. I've been playing guitar since I was about 18 years old, 1979. I'm 60 now. And so I love music. I love playing music, and music has been a place for me to go when I need comfort. Back in 2010, I came down with a disease called ankylosing spondylitis. It's not really, but the long and short of it is it's like having rheumatoid arthritis in just about every joint of your body. My spine is fusing, and it makes it difficult to walk, difficult to carry things. But I was doing pretty well with it. I was playing worship at church. I was in the worship band. I was leading worship. I was doing okay. I'm out on disability. I can work part-time. But my wife started showing signs of weakness and muscle mass loss. We had gotten a diagnosis of ALS. And along with that diagnosis came a lot of difficulty. During that time, I had read some articles and saw some information out on YouTube with regard to the benefit of cello music to relieve stress, specifically cello music. And needless to say, I was pretty stressed out. So I decided to try it. And I started listening to cello music. And what I found was they were right. There is solace there. I've never played the cello before, but I do have a musical background. I do play acoustic and electric guitar. I can play electric bass, a little bit of ukulele, and I can play keys too, piano. And I also sing. I was thinking about possibly learning how to play the cello, but I was concerned that with a full-size cello, given the weight that it was, I wasn't going to be able to manage the weight. Also, frankly, we live in a very small house, and finding a place to put it and keep it would be difficult. I already have 3 guitars and a bass, so it makes it hard, and a ukulele, but that's little. What this instrument and package would mean to me is the ability to learn how to play this instrument and really fall into the music, much like I can sometimes with my guitar, but the cello is different. It would give me that opportunity to be focused on something new, something different, And it would also give my spouse, my wife Mary, the opportunity to listen to something different and to relieve some of the stresses that we're feeling, knowing what the eventuality is of her disease. In the video, you asked the question of, make us a recording, make us a vid of, why you think you deserve this instrument and this package that's being so incredibly gifted. And I held off because I didn't know whether or not I actually deserved it, in quotes. But what I can say is that if you folks found me worthy as a recipient, the instrument would be loved, it would be played, and it would be cherished. And it would be something that would be passed down to my children. Taught my son how to play guitar, taught my daughter how to play bass. My other daughter is on and off learning how to play violin. And this would be something else that I would be able to pass on to my kids and my grandkids. I guess that's about it. This video went a little longer than I thought it was going to, but it's hard to talk about sometimes. But that's what it would mean to me.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, Alicia, Paul, and Jonathan Humphrey. My name is Jordan Ferrugia, and I am one of the lucky musicians who has stage fright, even in front of a camera. So, excuse me for being a little bit nervous. Today is the 1 week anniversary of my cello career. I spent the last 17 years of my life playing guitar, as you can see behind me. I didn't start taking music theory seriously until about a year and a half ago. It's really changed my life, how I view all instruments. It wasn't until the Netflix series Wednesday that did the cello cover of Paint It Black that I decided to get a cello on the 13th of December, and now I am entering my submission into the contest. I hope to win, as it would work with my setup, as I like to loop over my electric instruments, and I could play quietly for when my girlfriend, who works long hours doing construction, is trying to sleep at night, and that is about the same time I only have to practice. Here we go. Oops. That is about what I picked up from watching Alicia play in the first video. And in the second video, Jonathan is playing parts of Wednesday, which I was able to kind of piece together. This is not going to go well, but it is the best I can do after 7 days. That is the best I can do. It's surely better, but not much when the camera's off. This is really nerve-wracking, so I'm probably going to wrap it up here. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and cello again to Jonathan, Alicia, and Paul. Thank you so much for viewing this, if you even get around to it. I hope to hear back from you guys. Take care.
Hello, my name is Kevin Kraft. I came to a love for the cello at a very young age, when my older brother introduced me to his collection of rock albums and a group called the Electric Light Orchestra. I immediately fell in love with the group's sound. They took rock and pop songs and added classical instruments to them, violins and strings and cellos. And I immediately fell in love with the sound of the cello and the range of the cello and the richness of the cello, and knew even at that time that I wanted to learn to play the cello one day. As I grew a little older, I started writing my own songs and performing them in front of live audiences. But even then, I always heard what I couldn't have. I always heard the strings. I always heard the cello accompaniment in my head, but never in reality. I never even knew a cello player. So I never got to hear the cello in my music. Now into adulthood and a family of 4, I find affording a cello next to impossible. I didn't even know that electric cellos existed until maybe a couple years ago. And I saw one used in a performance, and I thought, well, that's a great idea. And in researching those, I saw that they were even more expensive than normal acoustic cellos were. I did find one on eBay for $500. It looked like a pretty good one from what I could tell, and they're giving the money to charity. But $500 was far too much. So I had to let that opportunity pass. But I prayed at that point, burning with the desire to learn the cello. I prayed literally, Lord, is there anyone out there that has an electric cello, that maybe they bought it and they used it, but they don't use it anymore and they just want to get rid of it? Could you give it to me? I really like a cello. Well, as God would have it, I saw your video about this giveaway and thought, well, maybe this is God answering my prayer. I'm 59 years old, and I still want to learn the cello. I still want to play the cello. I want to play it well. So I make you this promise. If you give me this cello, I won't just use it. I won't just learn to play it. I won't just appreciate it. I will love it. It will be loved. I can guarantee you that. And that's why I think I should receive this cello. And I hope that you'll consider making me that recipient. So until your decision, I ask God's blessings upon you, and thank you for the opportunity to make my case.
Hi Jonathan, Paul, and Alicia. Merry Christmas to all of you. My name is Kevin Morillo, 29 years old, from the Philippines. Guidance counselor by profession, but is a music maker within. I have been playing cello for more than 3 years, but my journey in music making started more than a decade ago. I came from a family with no one performing music, which made me a bit a late bloomer in music. I have not received any formal education in music, but since music likes me back, I got it. And I went from a hobbyist towards seeing a big part of me as a music maker, especially through the sound of the cello in a community that is yet to know more about the cello. I began my bold string instrument journey upon hearing the introduction of a Filipino hit song, Ikaw Lamang. When I heard it, I immediately liked it and I would like to reproduce it. I am also creating melodies and I would like to hear them being played by others, but I don't know how to communicate it to others. I have to learn first how to play a musical instrument. But since I don't have anything to buy musical instruments, and I made one. This one. This is already 12 years old. Currently tuned 4th above cello. And I made it before without knowing how to play it. But then in 2010, when I am about to go to college, I'll be moving to the city where there is a reliable internet connectivity. I watched lots of cello performances and tutorials to learn the basics of playing cello. I made it in this way so that I can mimic how to play cello, and once I got the cello, I can already transfer easily. And in the past decade, I did a very little progress in music making, partly because I am unsure of what to focus on, and I'm not certain if this is going to last forever, to be a career or a lifelong commitment. I'm not even trying to study learning to read sheet music because I can do it by ear. But it all changed in 2019 when I got access to a real cello for the first time in my life, after my friend offered me his cello for 6,500 pesos, or in today's exchange rate, it is $117. After that, everything accelerated. I decided to learn reading sheet music, got involved in ensembles, and my appreciation to music is deepened. However, I have been reaching the tip of this journey because I have to use microphone. If I have an electric cello, for sure I can do more progress in this journey. And here is my music for all of you, using my tenor violin. Christmas, and I wish that you're going to choose me as the recipient of your beautiful gift.
Okay, hi. So my name is Khary. I've been a celloist since like 6th grade, ever since 6th grade, and now I've graduated high school and whatnot. So, and the reason I'm entering this contest because, for one, I have plans, and these plans need to be fulfilled, right? At first, I started off as a celloist. I didn't even start off as a celloist. I started off as a violist, and viola wasn't really working out for me, but cello was, right? My teacher in 6th grade, Mr. Wonkery, I remember him vividly. He switched me over to cello. He said, "This is more for you," and I didn't really understand why, but hey, I was in 6th grade, so I just said, "Hey, for music," and that's what he saw in me, and ever since then, he's kind of been he mentored me till I graduated out of middle school, and I kind of fell in love with cello, and I hear so many people saying, "Oh, Khary, it's actually rare for someone like me of my color, to decide to say, hey, let's play classical music. Now, if you were to look at my playlist on Apple Music, you would see that it's a lot of like really swing music, like 1930s, 1940s, and things of that nature. I am in love with music, right? And so this is why I say that I need to get an electric cello. And I'm a devout Christian, right? And so what was crazy about it too, I was talking to God, I was in prayer, I said, hey God, I want to perform for my church. I wrote it down and everything. I have it in the book and everything. I wrote it down and everything. I said, I didn't think of how am I gonna get it. I just asked God, I said, hey God, I want a cello, an electric cello, right? You blessed me with a normal cello, just like an acoustic cello, just to practice. It's right here behind me, actually. It's right here behind me. And you blessed me with this cello. And this whole time I've never paid for a cello. And God said, and then the funny thing about it, the next day, not expecting at all, not expecting, this video was dropped saying, hey, enter for a cello, an electric cello. I was mind blown. Now, I'm not trying to say I'm more special than anyone or anything, but I felt like this was for me, right? So if I win it, it would mean the world to me, because not only am I going to be playing this for my church, right? It's going to be so much easier for me because I can just hook it up to an aux and then play and project. I'll have a picture of what the place will look like. I believe it'll also be on Zoom as well. So it's not only going to be that, I'm also going to be going to the military soon. So the ease of carrying it, of an electric cello onwards to like airplanes and stuff like that, will make my day easily. And I plan to join the Army Orchestra. I will be going here to this state, to this state, to this state, maybe out of country, and it's gonna make my day so much easier. Practice, maybe, I can have a practice. Right now, as you can see, I'm in my garage, but yeah, maybe have like headphones and whatnot. So it's going to really take me very far. I want to do all of this in the name of God, and that's how devoted I am, because a lot of music these days is catered to not Christian, like to hate Christians, and us Christians are portrayed in a very weird way, right? We're portrayed like to be hateful, or really, we hate people, we hate you because you're this way. That's not the case. That's not the case. Why? Because God has brought me through so much, even from like homelessness and from famine, things that I've dealt with, and I'm actually still dealing with as 21 years old. 21, I am still dealing with this, but a lot of people at this point would have given up on God, but not me. So 5 minutes of running up, 15 seconds, but this would mean the world to me. I would love to play cello, and I would love to hear the hearts of people playing for me. Sorry, this is over 5 minutes, but I get so passionate. But this would help so many people. I want to help so many people, realize that music is, it can change people, right? It can help so many people. And yeah, sorry, this is over 5 minutes, but I get so passionate. But it's done a lot for me. It's done a lot for me. That's all I can say. But yeah.
Hello, Jonathan. This is my video submission for the cello giveaway contest. So I just want to start outlining that I really don't know if I deserve or not the cello, but I am just doing this video hoping. I just want to start saying that I can play Christmas songs, My level in cello is primary. From here, I just want to start explaining why do I deserve the cello, if I deserve or not, but well, to explain basically my story. So we are in December right now, and from from the month of July of this year, I just went homeless, and I just fell in a misfortune that I could not afford to pay any more rent, and I just lost all my belongings. So right now I am living in a shelter, homeless. I lost all my belongings. I could, for example, choose lose everything and not the cello, but all I could think is that the books are essentially, because the books, number one, is in the books are all the story of what I am learning through the cello. That story could not get lost. So in the books I have everything marked, all my lessons. So this is a knowledge that it cost me a lot to get, and for me it was more precious than the cello. I know that it might sound crazy, but for me it wasn't. No, the books were more important. So, but anyway, I think I might have as well another video playing my old instrument where I have it, and I will submit that video as well. I just really hope that what is in what is in the context is an electric cello. I understand that it might be person in my worst situation, because never there is in life a real bottom situation of how worse you can be in your life. But anyway, I just enter in the context because, as I say, perhaps. What I have in my head is that perhaps you, Jonathan, know someone else that might have a second cello that could give me anyway a way. And anyways, as well a way to get release these things that is to lose an instrument, because I just have with all this in my mind all the time, my cello, my cello, my cello, my cello, and
Hi, Jonathan, Alicia, and Paul. My name's Laura. I'm in Vancouver, BC, Canada, so just a bit north of you guys. I just wanted to share a little bit about me and my cello journey. I don't actually have a cello yet. I'm brand new at the very beginning stages of learning. I've been subscribed to Jonathan's channel since the end of October, and learning cello has been a bit of a wish list, bucket list item for me. I used to play electric bass and double bass in high school. I'm 35 now, so it's been quite a while. But you know, I said after my education is done, after I finish my undergrad this year, I would pick it back up and relearn and re-get into music. You know, with age, I've become very nostalgic, and I've just been thinking about, you know, band and my wonderful music teacher back in high school. And I just recently learned that he went through a bout of cancer. So I've been thinking about him and thinking about all the friends and experiences and concerts that I did. And I've just really been wanting to relearn and get into something new and a little bit more challenging, I think, than bass. No offense to bass, still love it, but something a little bit more melodic, a little bit more fun to do on my own before I can get up to that level of, you know, maybe joining a community orchestra or a quartet or a duet even. I'm still a little bit a ways from that. But like I said, I'm 35. I live in Vancouver. I think an electric cello is really the only route that I could do right now. I live in an apartment, like many Vancouverites. So being silent and respectful is definitely going to be a big part of the journey. I just want to, be able to practice every moment I can when I'm not working, and not, doing other obligations and family and life things. So I really want to be able to maximize my time instead of, going to a music school or a tutor to get my hands on a cello. But I want to say thanks again for, providing this opportunity. I really would love to, practice on the best. The more I learn about cellos, the more expensive things tend to be with lessons and getting a quality instrument, getting all, the good bows and rosin and everything that comes with making sure, you're making a good sound and not doing any injustice by the instrument. But that's me. I would love to obviously win, but I think anybody who, gets their hands on this eventually will bring life and music and new warmth in the world with it. So thanks again. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Bye.
Hi, Jonathan, Alicia, Paul. Thank you guys so much for putting on this really generous giveaway. Jonathan, I love the channel. I love that you guys are bringing music to people and opening up the world of cello to people. So really appreciate that. So just give a little history, background of myself. I'm an emergency room nurse. As you can see, I got the scrubs. I worked for the first year on a COVID floor for the first year of the pandemic, which was a tough time for everyone, of course. Music, I think for everybody, is a beautiful way to help with stress and depression and anxiety through all these hard times. So that's kind of what's drawing me to the cello. I don't have a cello currently, but I really want to get into it. Obviously, I'm watching channels and doing some research. The NS cello is like the cello of my dreams, but a little out of the budget right now. So I'm currently looking at more budget-friendly options like a cello on Amazon, which an electric cello on Amazon is probably the way I'm going, unless I win the contest and get the cello of my dreams. The NS cello is a beautiful instrument. So we'll see what happens, but thank you for the great opportunity, and just being able to play such a beautiful instrument. I'm really drawn to the cello, drawn to string instruments, but the cello in general, I just think it makes such beautiful sound, and just the way, your whole body is incorporated in making the music. It's like almost a dance with the instrument, and I think it's beautiful. So either way, I plan to play a little music. My daughter here, Amelia, she wants me to learn to play a Christmas song. I was hoping for Jingle Bells because that sounds like a little easier tune to play, but she wants Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So either way, once I get a cello and learn to play, Jonathan, I will send you over a video of me playing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And, hopefully with playing an instrument and getting more involved in music, I will also, inspire my daughter to get involved and pick up an instrument as well. Hoping I'm, gonna be a good role model in that for her as well and get her interested, which would be very exciting. Yeah, thank you guys for the great opportunity. Wish you guys a Merry Christmas, and hope you have a happy and healthy New Year. Thank you very much.
Oh, this is Santa. Merry Christmas. Sorry about that. Hello, I'm Nathan. I am from France, and I'm posting this video today because I would like to participate in your electric cello giveaway. I'll start by introducing myself maybe. I started being interested in playing the cello in early 2018, and I think that's when I also started being a follower on your channel, Jonathan. And because that's when I started renting a cello. Actually, I have rented one for like a year and a half, and I don't have one currently. Hence why I am here today. So yeah, I was renting one, but I stopped just because I don't like to to pay money every month. I wanted to buy my own, but you know, I didn't want to buy a first price cello. I wanted to have a good one, and given like I don't have a job right now, and like, I didn't like it's been 2 years I haven't touched that cello, and God, I miss it. Like I really wanna get one, and if you could help me get one, that would be the best Christmas present ever. And I can tell you, I will play it. That's for sure. So I'd like to thank you, Jonathan, by the way, because when I rented a cello, you've been a huge help to me to start learning with good practices, because I didn't take any lessons. I am mostly self-taught when I play instruments. And yeah, thanks to you, I didn't take any bad habits, I think, and it helped me progress a bit more quickly for the starting point, and that was very much appreciated. So what has drawn me to learn the cello instrument in the first place? I think a big part of it is Apocalyptica, you know, the rock metal band thingy. Personally, I like more the more melodic songs they do, like for example Rise, which I absolutely love, and I really want to play it, but it came out after I stopped having a cello at home, so I haven't had an opportunity yet to try it, but I sure will someday. And other than them, I guess it's the reason why I like cello so much, it comes from various video games. For example, Bread, which is an indie game, and the music made by Jamie Sieber on an electric cello actually, and it sounds divine. It's really, really good. And then you had like Journey, for example. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll understand quickly I'm a big fan of the game, and the music by Tina Guo. Well, it's part of an orchestra, but she plays wonderfully too. And then you got like, for example, in Detroit Become Human, Philip Shepard made the music for Kara's themes, and it's so beautiful. That's literally the kind of music I really want to play on a cello. And the end game would be to compose music using a cello, like the other instruments I play. Like I play the guitar. I've been playing it for like almost 15 years. I have been teaching it to groups of students too for I don't know 7-8 years, and it was a lot of fun. I don't have any currently, but I loved it. And also I've started playing bass like 2 months ago, because it doesn't cost nearly as much as a cello, so it was more affordable. And yeah, it's fun too. And also the keyboard, like piano, which I started fooling a bit around with it like 3 years ago maybe, and to help me compose music. Like I'm learning. I'm an amateur, a total amateur, but I'm having fun, and I need a cello. I don't like much classical music personally, which is why I learn mostly by ear. Like I don't read sheet music, but so far it hasn't caused me any problems, because sheet music is mostly for classical music. And with a trained ear, you can play everything. So that's how I like to learn my instruments. And I'm self-taught for all of them, aside from the guitar, which I took lessons for when I started. So the reason why I love the cello so much is because out of all the instruments I have ever tried, it's the one that helped me carry my emotions out the most easily. I really felt a connection with the instrument, you know, the vibrato. That's not something you get on a piano, for example. So it really helps, like giving all you got into the instrument, and that's what I love the most about it. It's like it just felt so good. You were becoming one. kind of. There were of course good and bad days. You know, it's a hard instrument. I knew what I was getting into when renting one. And you know, sometimes you play really much out of tune. The cello like doesn't want. It's a bad day. Like he just say go out and do something else. But on the good day, I was having the best time of my life. Like sometimes I would actually make myself cry while playing, but because yeah, I was just so into it, you know. And that's rarely happens with any other instruments. And I have always found it was instruments the easiest to improvise on. Like finding the notes, it felt super easy. And yeah, so of course I don't have a big level on the cello. Part of the reason why is I'm a bit shy. Like I don't like to play bad notes when people can hear it, or even playing loud an instrument when I know people can hear it. So that a big problem when I was renting my cello was that I couldn't play as much as I wanted because of the noise. And also, there's the fact that the period of the day I like to play the most is actually the night. That's when I always want to play music, and I couldn't. It's so loud, a cello, an acoustic one. So that's why I was actually thinking of buying an electric cello. I've been thinking about it for like 2 years, but it costs money. And yeah, other reason why I would like an electric cello is, of course, if I'm about to compose music with it, plugging some effects into it to like any electric instrument makes it more interesting. Of course, the fact that you can carry it around, and also it's a bit less fragile. Like, I really believe an electric cello would be best for me. And someday maybe I'll have also an acoustic one, of course, but it would suit better my need, like playing at night mostly. So since I don't have a cello with me right now, I figured the best way to prove to you how much I care about getting one would be to compose with the instruments I own a Christmas song dedicated to you. And hopefully you'll like it. So I must tell you, I'm very much new to the world of composing, so total amateur here. And also it's for the very first time ever, I have written lyrics for the song, a Christmas song, and I sure as hell hope it will please Alicia. And so yeah, I just hope you'll enjoy and have a good time. I had a lot of fun writing it. I started only 2 days ago, so it was a bit in a hurry. So that's why maybe the mixing is a bit terrible. I did it last minute, you know, to provide the video. And also I don't know how to mix properly, but yeah, also I'm pretty proud with it, I'm not gonna lie. So alright, enjoy.
It was cold and dark, a winter, without you by my side. My eyes were almost closed and I hoped you would wanna join. Come find me please tonight, bring friends, let's all hang out. We got hot chocolate, gingerbread, I hear come ringing the joy. It started to feel a lot like Christmas. What did this man was with the light? I raise my eyes, everything's shiny. Should bring it on and come now, it's Christmas time. Don't wait no more and chime in now. Come bearing gifts of love and share it back at your home. Now it's Christmas time, the fireflies were all around. Enjoy the snow outside. Suddenly feels like Christmas. Toys around and we're together. Let's share a meal of high laughter. You all and I will shine brighter. now it's Christmas time. Don't wait no more and chime in now. Come bearing gifts of love and share it back at your home. It's Christmas time, the fireflies were all around. I think I saw Santa outside. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Hi, my name is Rebecca, and I come from Canada. Let's see, where do I begin? I started to have a fascination with the cello maybe when I was about 10 or 11. I was flipping through a music catalog, and I was like, I wonder which instrument I would love to play. So I was just flipping through this catalog, and then I saw the violin, the double bass, the viola, and then I saw the cello. And for some odd reason, I was like, that is the instrument I want to play. And from then on, I've had an insane obsession with the cello. I've loved the piano guys, I've loved two cellos, I've loved hymns that were played on the cello, and Christmas music that was played on the cello. It's like, I love the deep sound that it has. But the unfortunate part is, I could not afford a cello, not at all. It's a very expensive instrument, as we all know, and everything related to it is expensive. So I was never able to afford music lessons. I was never able to afford a cello or the bow, or even afford renting one. So I was just, praying, what, God, if it's your will that I play a cello, I'm just going to trust you, and for you to bring a cello into my hands. And from that moment on, it was a desire that's always been in my heart that I just kind of pushed out the window, the dream, because I knew it was not going to happen, because I knew I couldn't afford one. There was no way I could buy one unless I'd save up for maybe 7 years, and maybe that I could get a good one. And I'm not the kind of person who takes something cheap. That's just the personality that I am. So, years later, now that I'm not 10 or 11, I'm much older, a friend texted me, and she was like, and this friend actually did play the cello for a number of years. She's had music lessons with it, and she was like, Rebecca, do you want my old cello? And I was like, what, are you kidding me? She said, I'm willing to just give it to you. It is an old cello. It doesn't have the greatest sound, but you know what? Here it is. I want you to have it. And I was like, oh my word, thank you, Jesus. I'm like, I have a cello. And see, this is it. It's, I bought a new bow since then. But the cello, it is an old cello. It's not in great shape. I mean, as you can see, it's cracked right here, and under here, and over here. It is cracked, and the bridge is completely, filed down and kind of loose, so you kind of have to tighten it. And the tuning pegs are also really loose. Like, when I tune it, I actually have to press in, in, as I twist really hard so they don't come loose. So it is old. It does have its little kinks. But you know what? It was a gift from God, and I got it for nothing, and I was able to start teaching myself and playing. And basically kind of made a promise to God to glorify him with this cello. Now, the reason I would like a new cello, well, as you can see, my baby's in pretty rough shape. I don't know how long this cello will last. I really can't afford repairs, and I'm scared that it may break one day on me. And even if I try to repair it myself, it might just break. I mean, the bridge, yeah, I could do that on my own. I just need to buy one. But, honestly, I really can't afford to fix it. So I'm literally working with this cello and just playing with this. It's what I got, and I love it. And I'm really thankful that I have this wonderful gift. But it'd be really nice having a new one, and it'd be wonderful if God used you guys to bless me with a new cello. thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for considering me in this as part of this giveaway. Really appreciate you. God bless and Merry Christmas to all three of you.
Hi Humphrey, how are you? Thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Roberto. I'm from Spain, but I have been living in Mexico for 9 years. So after finishing my studies in Europe, I came to Mexico with the intention of promoting classical music in this region. Since this style of music, classical music, is not very developed, so many people don't even know what a cello is, and they have never listened to it. I'm trying here to make music videos in social networks, where most of the time I play the style of music these people feel more familiar with, you know, like Latin music, for example, or rock music. So in this way I try to draw their curiosity and attention to the cello as an instrument. I think the way to bring people closer to classical music is through songs that are recognizable and familiar to them, you know. So the first reason, therefore, why I should love to get the NS design cello is precisely to further promote this. The size of the cello, the shape, and the possibilities it has to be played standing up, for example, you know, will help me a lot to get people's attention. So in addition, I feel a huge responsibility as a cellist to communicate to everybody the news and possibilities that an electric NS design cello offers, you know. Well, the second reason I feel I deserve this cello is because I will make a continuous and responsible use of it. I will try to give the highest visibility to the NS Design brand in my Instagram and TikTok accounts. Well, you will be able to see this black cello constantly in the events where I participate. I have had the idea of buying a cello like this for years, you know, because of the ease of playing standing up, for example, and the quality of the sound it generates. Humphrey, I have probably seen your video comparing the Yamaha SBC 210 and the NS Design CR about 100 times. I like the opportunity to tell you that I love your channel, and I consider what you are doing to promote cello culture is beautiful, and it has immense value for me and for everybody. Well, and the third reason why I deserve the cello, in my opinion, I think, which I leave for the end, is because it's Christmas and I am thousands of miles away from my family and friends. So as I have not been able to celebrate Christmas with them for several years, now due to work issues and well, it's a bit sad for me to celebrate this time of the year without them. Winning the cello, definitely it will make me feel much better, happier this time of the year. Anyway, thank you very much again for this opportunity, and I will also like to send a huge hug to Paul and Alice and the best wishes. Merry Christmas to everybody, and bye.
Hola Jonathan, hola Paul, hola Alicia. Bueno, me presento. Mi nombre es Rodrigo José Bustos Rodríguez, soy peruano, tengo 19 años. Actualmente curso una carrera universitaria que es la carrera de Derecho. Y bueno, más que nada, llevo suscrito desde el año 2019, 2 de marzo del 2019 según aparece en YouTube. Mi nombre en la plataforma es, bueno, mi nombre como tal, de hecho creo que he comentado en el video, soy Rodrigo Bustos Rodríguez, así aparezco. Soy de Perú y Latinoamérica. Y bueno, espero que se me entienda más que nada por el tema del idioma, es mi único miedo. Y bueno, hago el video para ver si tengo la oportunidad de poder ganarme el cello eléctrico, que es que lo está haciendo por el gesto de Alicia y Paul. Y pues más que nada porque creo que quiero, que lo merezco, que lo necesito. Bueno, más que nada porque me gustaría volver a tener ese acercamiento con lo que es este instrumento tan bonito, que como dijo el profesor en algún momento, tiene lo mejor de dos mundos, tanto lo que es la clave de sol, la clave de fa y la clave de do, que es entre el medio de los dos, ¿no? Y que lo hace tener ese color tan parecido a lo que es la voz humana. Mi historia con el violonchelo es ahora estoy en universidad, pero antes yo empecé a conocer el cello y a tocarlo desde mi educación secundaria, específicamente a los terceros de secundaria por ahí. Y bueno, en toda esta formación que era, más que nada fue por un tema de programas sociales que hacían que los jóvenes pudieran tocar instrumentos, capaz para alejarlo de los vicios. Yo nunca he tenido vicios, pero esa era la base del programa, ¿no? Y bueno, a raíz de eso pude tocar piezas peruanas, con pizzicato. Luego procedí a tocar con el arco, que de hecho es uno de los recuerdos que tengo de mi cello. Y tocamos música peruana, música académica, música clásica como tal, que era la serenata de cuerdas de Mozart, Tchaikovsky, que es mi favorita, Dvorak, Mahler, Beethoven, Schubert y muchas otras cosas más. Incluso cada quien te llegó a tener un poco como que su repertorio propio, ¿no? Y bueno, más que nada esa era mi vida en ese momento, ¿no? Antes, de hecho, yo quería ser músico profesional, pero por cosas de la vida y por razones también de pandemia, a mis padres no les pareció muy sano que su hijo estuviera estudiando cello 4 o 5 horas al día, y para mejorar, pues porque en ese momento inclusive estaba tocando un concierto que bueno, seguro si lo toco ahora no me sale, pero la cuestión era que para ello prefirieron ponerme a estudiar una carrera normal, de las ciencias normales, que era el derecho, y en algún momento traté de llevarla las dos al mismo tiempo, pero lamentablemente no se pudo. Y a razón de ello, como este programa en el que yo tocaba era pues los instrumentos que tenemos, el cello es un instrumento caro, entonces todo ese instrumento lo tuve que devolver. Y a raíz de eso pues me tuve que alejar de la música de hecho hasta el día de hoy, porque no tengo cello para tocar. Y bueno, he tenido un acercamiento con guitarras que han sido prestadas, pero más de allá de eso no he tenido. Entonces, más que otra cosa, quería participar en esto para ver si tenía la posibilidad de ganar el cello eléctrico. Y si no ganarlo, al menos haberlo intentado, porque de hecho acá comprar en Perú un cello es algo caro, incluso el cello eléctrico, debido a que, bueno, un cello eléctrico estaría 1000 y un cello acústico estaría con unos 1300, 1400. y de gama baja, y eso haría que, bueno, de hecho aquí en Perú no se podía costear muy bien, que digamos eso, porque con 1000 eso te podría alcanzar para comer un mes, también para la renta, y pues es algo que no puedo costearme en esas alturas, y mi familia tampoco puede. Entonces, bueno, más que nada eso. Y ese era mi motivo para hacer el video, ¿no? Tratar de tener una chance de volver a tener un cello en nuestras manos, aunque sea en mis manos, aunque sea un cello eléctrico. Y capaz poder, bueno, esto ya no, pero lo tengo de recuerdo. Y capaz volver a revivir, pues, la razón de todo chelista, ¿no? De poder en algún momento tocar las suites de Bach. Y eso sería todo. Me quedan 10 segundos. Muchas gracias por la oportunidad. Cuídense y tengan muy bonitas fiestas.
Hi, my name is Şule. I am from Turkey. During pandemic times, I joined global cello projects with world cellists. Actually, I am an amateur cellist. My job area is physics. Actually, I am a physicist, and cello is my hobby. And I follow your channel, Jonathan, through, I think, 2018 or something like that. Not sure, but at least for 4 years. And I wanna show you some special song from my culture, a Turkish song. It has a dramatic history behind it, actually. If you're interested in, I can tell you later the story of this song. And I want this NS electronic cello so much, because I wanna play some metallic or different repertoire using with electronic cello. In my childhood times, I were a big fan of Apocalyptica, and even those times I do not have any idea to play cello during my university years. And the first year maybe salaries of mine after I graduated from Middle East Technical University Physics Department, I took all my salaries, and then the first thing that I bought to myself was that cello. This is a handmade cello, and a Turkish luthier made it. I took this cello as a second hand from a conservator student. And in Turkey, actually, we have a big inflation now, maybe you know or not. And that's why it's very difficult, not difficult, but impossible to buy an electronic cello with our Turkish liras, unfortunately. And those two are my motivations, actually. And now let me show you some traditional music from my country called Ah Bir Ateş Ver. As I said, this song has a very dramatic story, real story behind it. If you want to learn, I can explain later. Thank you. And now, actually, I wanna show you a different combination with the song that you all know, and a song from my culture again, Turkish art music, Mahursa Semai. I wanna combine those two songs and give you a different example that I want to show you. Let me take the last part of the song actually, and then combine to my cultural music. And for you, a little bit Christmas songs, this time from your culture, music from Charlie Brown. Actually, we will be playing for Christmas time with our Global Cello project team. Those two arrangements of Tony Rogers. He is the founder and CEO of Global Cello project. It started during pandemic times of world, and one day I saw a YouTube channel, a YouTube shared music, and recognized that there were no any cellists from my country. I just wanted to be added my country on Google Maps, and although I am an amateur cellist, I just wanted to be inside as a amateur cellist from my country, and this Christmas time music will be mine 9th project and 19th project of the Global Cello project. Actually, it first started at USA and then spread out the world cellists rapidly, and I joined them. We produce lots of beautiful musics. If one is from a classical one, the following project is an popular music. It has those kind of a sharing period, something like that. And this is a small part of 2 songs, Christmas songs for you. She wanted to ask Christmas songs also for her. Now to you all. Thank you. The second one. I want to share a small potpourri from my country style and from all over the world style. Thank you so much. It is approximately 10 o'clock in the night. This is the last day for me to be take and recording for the competition, and I live in an apartment, and because of my neighbors and the late hours, sorry, maybe the sound was a little bit less in voice. Thank you so much. My name is Şule Şendoğdu again, and I have a YouTube channel also with a little participants, and thank you. Bye bye. Happy Christmas and a Happy New Year from my side. Bye bye.